Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. He is enjoying life right there. Do like an MX-5, you know. Anyway, today I'm going to give you a long-term owner's review of the Yamaha MT-10. Specifically this one, the 2017. Ups and downs, highs and lows. That interests you, stick around and we'll get into it. Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Now today I wanted to do a review of the S1000R, but I opened up the door to my garage and I was like, the MT-10, and I just didn't want to ride the S1000R. I wanted to be on this, and I thought, what can I do? So I thought, I tell you what, I'll do a 3-year ownership review of this bike, because I still get so many questions about it. So many sort of like, what's it like with this, what's it like with that. And my most viewed video of this bike is the top 5 issues I've had on it, which doesn't sit right with me. I need to spread the love of the MT-10 to really show you guys how good it is and what a machine it is. So I'm going to give you my 3-year ownership review of the Yamaha MT-10. This is a standard version, it's a 2017 model. I'll take you through all my highs of this bike and all of my lows, but there's not many lows and there's a lot of highs, so I'll take you through the stuff. Hopefully by the end of this video you might have a better idea of if you want to buy one of these things. Right, I'm going to take you through my MT-10 and what I've done to it. I'll try and remember everything. I can't really remember everything all the time. I'm going to take you through my MT-10 and what I've done to it. I'll try and remember everything. I can't really remember everything all the time, but essentially there's this Blaster X taillight, which is quite cool. It's like just a bit of an upgrade, a bit different. Last owner put that on, but I've added these little lights to it because he took all the indicators off. An EvoTech tail tidy. I've also got a Pipeworks exhaust, decatted all the way up to obviously the headers and all that standard, but yeah, that's decatted. I've got these fancy little indicators on. I didn't put those on, they are a bit more transformery for me, but whatever, I kept them on there. Headlight covers, they're on. I've got these little indicators, little mirrors that I've replaced. Carbon fibre front mudguard. I replaced that because the delivery guy, when I got this bike, moved it with the disc lock on, so didn't have much choice, and he paid for a new one, so I got a nice carbon one, handmade, very nice. Obviously got the oil cooler and the radiator cooler, they are vital. God, I need to take my jacket off, I'm boiling, actually dying a little bit. Oh, look at her, she looks good. Anyway, I've got engine covers, GB Racing engine covers, although they have rubbed off. I got them from GB Racing, so I know they're legit. I did have a carbon fibre mudguard, but that actually broke itself, which is a bit annoying. Domino grips, I've got black levers, these are just cheap ones. It came with stubby levers when I bought it, and I'm just not a fan of stumpy levers. Deleted the rear passenger foot pegs, so I've got EvoTech blanks, so you can just take them off pretty easy. What else have we got on here? I've got this controversial little item. This is a gear shift support, so it actually supports this shaft where the gear moves up and down. Made a big difference. I won't have anyone tell me otherwise. It's a great little purchase. I've replaced the chain and sprocket on this bike. These things, crash bobbins I've put on. What else have we had? Comfort seat, obviously. Easy grip. Tank grips, really cool, they are, I like them. I've got a tracker on it now. And what else? Anything else? Obviously wired up this for my jacket. My Kais jacket, heated jacket. Really good. Has bobbins on the back for a stand. I think that's it. I'm probably missing something. I think that's about it though. Quad lock, which is really good. And yeah, most of the stuff I bought is just to like preserve it and you know, keep it nice if I did drop it for whatever reason. So if it does go down, the only things I'll probably have to replace is potentially an exhaust, potentially this RNG crap, this bobbin at the end, and a mushroom. But it should be alright, depending how bad it goes down, I suppose. But yeah, is there anything else I would buy for it? I probably would buy some frame covers and a rear, what the hell is that thing called? The thing at the back, the swing arm. I'd probably buy a cover for that and the frame. Just, I don't know if it would be carbon or not. I don't want too much carbon. I don't like it when everyone replaces every single part in carbon. It looks stupid. But yeah, I'll probably put a cover on it. And heated grips are next on the agenda as well. They're in my basket. I quite fancy some Oxford ones, but Yamaha do their own, which is a direct fit. So maybe those. But yeah, the Yamaha one's about 210 and the Oxford are about 200, so not really much difference. But yeah, I'm not sure which ones are better. Something that I'll have to find out and let you guys know. I run Bridgestone S23 tyres. Really good tyres. These exact tyres have been to Europe with me. I've got a new set ready to go on. But an amazing tyre. I'm not really a big fan of any other tyre. I just like these. And yeah, that's about it. Let me know what have you done to your MT-10, your best modification to your MT-10. That'd be an interesting one. I'd like to know. So if you're a new visitor to my channel, you might not know much about the history of my MT-10. So I bought this about 3 years ago, give or take, several months. But I've had it for a while now. I feel like I know the MT-10 really well, inside out. I'll come on to how I know it inside out in a little bit, but I first bought this bike I had a go on my friend's bike, who I mentioned in my previous video. Dan, he let me have a go on his bike, and I had a KTM 790 Duke at the time. I loved it, it was a good bike, quite thin, very nimble, fairly quick for what it was, about 105 horsepower, something like that. And I was getting back into biking after a couple of years break, but to be honest, I didn't really need the brake. I could have gone straight back onto 1000. I was just being careful and I didn't want to kill myself straight away. And yeah, I got onto this MT-10 and I loved it. It was so good, it was so comfortable. I think the thing that stuck out for me the most when I got on an MT-10 for the first time was just how smooth it was. I sat on the seat, both of my butt cheeks are in the seat, so it's super comfy. You know, it's not like a sports bike where the bones inside your butt are sort of like touching the seat and like really digging in, you know, so after a while it gets uncomfortable. This is like a squidgy seat. The seating position of an MT-10 is just sublime. It's so comfortable. Most naked bikes these days are essentially what they should be. They are a naked bike of a super bike. Literally just the bars have been changed. But on the MT-10 they've actually changed the foot peg position, and they've changed the bars as well, so you've got a double whammy. Now that means you have a very comfortable seating position, not like a supermoto sort of uprightness, but it's not far off. If you ever sit on an MT-09, they're even more so like that, but the MT-10 ergonomically is so comfortable, and it's just designed to give you a good, comfortable, fun ride. So ergonomically, it kind of wins the competition for me. I've sat on a few different naked bikes now, and my feet are always so high, exactly like a sports bike. And when I bought this bike, it had R1 rear sets, and I took them off, put the standard ones on straight away, didn't regret the decision whatsoever. So yeah, massive thumbs up for a comfortable bike. If you're looking at one of these bikes thinking I'd like to tour on it, 100% you can. It's such an easy bike to tour. I've taken this bike to Europe, I think 3 or 4 times now. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, which is really bad, but definitely 3 times at least. So it's been there and back 3 times. Well, 2.5, let's say. So you can get a lot of stuff for this bike to make it better for a passenger. You can put tracer rear foot pegs on it, which are longer than the standard passenger foot pegs for an MT-10. And I have those. I have a set of those, which I used to use quite a lot. I don't actually use them that much anymore, but they are better for the pillion. So bear that in mind if you are wanting to buy one of these. That's definitely a helpful tip. Some people worry about the fuel on an MT-10, and yes, they are a little bit juicy compared to like a lot of motorcycles, but they're not the worst thing in the world. You're getting about 35 to the gallon, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I have gone through my top 5 annoyances of an MT-10 before, so be sure to check that video out. I've done the top 5 things I love about it as well. Thought I'd cut the engine off for the little baby. And yeah, I mean, who is this bike designed for? I mean, it could be designed for so many different people. I feel like it's such a versatile machine. You could tour, you could go sports riding, you do track days, you can just have an all-round good time on it. I think the reason why I like the MT-10 so much is because essentially you've got one of the best sounding engines you can buy currently today. The CP4 Yamaha engine. It's a sublime sounding engine. And you've got it in a naked bike which just absolutely loves to wheelie. Like, it is the most wheelie happy bike I've ever been on. And I think the only thing that would really sort of beat the wheeliness of this bike is a supermoto. But that's what brings me to why it's so fun. Like, you get on a super bike, it's also serious. You got super bikes of nowadays are like 200 horsepower. You just can't really use it, and it's not on the road anyway. On a track day it's amazing, and don't get me wrong, it's amazing not on a track day, even on the road. But I feel like this has got the sweet spot. The MT-10 is a sweet spot in power. It's got mine's got 150 at the wheel, so I can't remember what the dyno takes off. It's like 15, 25, I can't remember, but I think it's like 170, 175 horsepower at the crank, something like that. It's quite a powerful bike, but at the same time it's just great. The design of the MT-10 hasn't really changed that much in the recent years. They've taken off a couple of the fairings, they've made the lights look a little bit different, as most manufacturers do, but I feel like there's something that like BMW do in a year, Yamaha have done in like 5. So I do think they could update the bike in general a little bit more, as it's definitely not perfect, but as a bike for the road that you can have immense amounts of fun on, and it has that sort of that factor that just makes you know, has that sort of wow factor. Like, people love to come up and speak to you about your bike, and love to come and see it and hear it. They sound incredible sounding bike. I think this bike is pretty much perfect, and it's the reason why I haven't managed to sell it. When you open this bike up, God, does it sound good. It's addictive. God, she sounds beautiful. Oh my God, why'd you stop so early, you moron? So yeah, what highs have I had on this bike? I've obviously taken it to Europe, and I've done a few tours on it, and every tour has been incredible. I've loved every second of it. It's performed amazing, apart from the very last trip that I was on, and I'll explain why. So that comes to one of the biggest problems with the MT-10 really, and the Yamaha R1 as well, and that is that they have been known to have catastrophic engine failure. I spun a bearing when I was south of Geneva, and the whole engine had to come out and be replaced by myself. I replaced it and yeah, that was a bit of a bad time. So definitely something to be aware of. They have their issues. There's a few little niggly things which I've gone through in other videos, but overall I think it's worth the risk of buying one. But I want to get one thing straight when I think about my own experiences and why my engine let go, and that's because I was wheeling it constantly, third gear, like, you know, third gear until I ran out of revs, and it just wasn't good for the bike. And I should have, if I was going to wheelie a bike like that, I should have just changed gear, not really pushed the bike too much like I was. So hindsight is a wonderful thing, and we all learn. Sometimes our lessons are expensive, and that was the case in my case, because the quote for a new engine on this was £3.5 grand without any parts. So, you know, I did it myself in the end to save the money, and I did save a lot of money, and I have it back, and I love it. But yeah, just be aware that that's something that they are known to do. There's a few options you can do with the MT-10, as in, like, to make it even more comfortable. What the? Yamaha do a comfort seat, and it's very comfortable. It adds a little bit of height to the bike, but it's a very comfortable seat, and I would recommend it. You can get them on eBay or whatever for about £100, £150. They look a little bit better as well. But yeah, they're well worth it if you're going to tour. Even if you're not touring, they're worth it. The obvious thing to do with an MT-10 is put an exhaust on it, which my previous owner of this bike did, and it makes a wonderful sound. Other than that, you're basically good to go, and you've got an insanely good naked bike. One thing I would like to do on this bike is add a downshifter. It comes with a quick shifter, but not a downshifter. That would be rather nice. There is an age-old argument of if, not an age-old argument really, but there's always a little bit of a debate whether you should get the SP or you should get the standard. Is the SP worth the extra money? I mean, arguably yes it is, because you're getting extra equipment. Now, are you actually going to use that extra equipment that bike has? And the answer then probably becomes no, because let's be honest and let's be frank, unless you're a really decent track day rider, you're probably not really going to ever use it, but it is nice to have, and you probably feel the plushness on the road. So if that's worth it to you, then yeah, for sure, get the SP. You have a fully tricked out MT-10 then. For me, I didn't really think it was worth the extra cash, so I didn't bother, and I've had a great time with this bike. The suspension's lovely, it works just as good. I'm not good enough to, you know, have to... Oh, there's an insect on my nose. Get off. Bloody green flies. Let's go into 10. Bit of 10 riding. Trap for that. The thing you look at, you go straight and hit. So typical. I love the quick shifter on the MT-10. It's so seamless, smooth, it sounds beautiful. It's better than some of the modern bikes I've ridden. I've recently been looking as to how much motorcycles are going for at the moment, like the MT-10. You can pick up one of these for about £5,000 to £6,000 if you buy a dog. Not a dog, but you know, you can get them pretty cheap. But if you want a decent one, you're looking more along the lines of the 7+, I would say, or 6.5+. But that's still a really decent value to have how much bike this is. This has got all the stuff that you would want and need, in fact. And just on the road, I don't think I've ever had as much fun on any other bike. It just, I don't know. It's just got all of that sort of spiciness. Why am I stuck behind this guy? It just has that fun factor, you know. And a lot of bikes lack it nowadays. They're just too serious. I've been on a few big bikes lately. I've got an S1000R in the garage that I've borrowed, you could say, for 6 months. And it is, oh, don't get me wrong, it's incredible to ride, but at the same time it's also a bit too much. I'm having fun on it, but when you're having fun on an S1000R and you're going to your local cafe or whatever, you're doing it, you're going fast. It's no joke, that bike. And I just think you need that for the road. You need that sort of happy medium, and this has it. I'm not sure what other nakeds compete with this for fun factor, but let me know down below. Maybe you've got a Super Duke or something along those lines. That might be a really fun bike to have. I do like a Super Duke, something that my friend is looking at buying. And I don't like the noise of them, but listen to this thing in front. It's like this. It's a diesel, and it stinks, but it's probably quite fast and quite fun. Oh, it smells like curry. One thing about this town, which is Chichester, has a lot of nice restaurants. There's a lot of curry houses. Curry is so good. I've not curry in ages. One thing people comment about is the looks of this bike. I'm getting a lot of looks as I go through this town, but the looks are controversial. Some people love the MT-10 and some people really do not love the MT-10. I personally really like the way it looks. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole transformer thing at the front, but other than that, I think it looks amazing. Basically just a naked R1, isn't it? But with an ugly tail. The tail of the MT-10 is pretty basic, isn't it, really? People put plastic covers on them to make them look a bit better, but I still think they look rubbish. Looks good old of ya. Good old. Yeah, but look guys, don't take it from me. I implore you to go out and try an MT-10. If you're thinking of buying one of these, you've probably tried, or you're thinking of trying a few different nakeds. Don't get me wrong, I feel like there's a lot of naked bikes out there which will satisfy the need. But try the MT-10 first, or just try the MT-10 in general. I think it'll give you a nice surprise. Right, I'm going to do a drone shot so you can see at the intro. You can have a good intro. Right, let's go and do a drone shot so I can actually put a good intro on this and get my money's worth of a drone, which cost me way too much money. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video on the Yamaha MT-10. If you have any questions about it, you know where the comments box is, and I will get back to pretty much every single one. But that's it from me. Take care, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.